You know the question I posed to Gajendrakumar Ponnambalam. He speaks about the international community. I asked him about the agreement reached with Basil Rajapaksa when LTTE members were to surrender bearing white flags. I asked him about it, but I am already aware. He swore on his mother and said no. That was a lie. Why hasn't Gajendrakumar, who played a major role, lodged a complaint against Basil Rajapaksa?
This was the accusation that was levelled by Mavai Senadhirajah.
I will state that this is a baseless lie. Nadesan, who is the head of the political wing, and Pulidevan, who was at the Peace Secretariat, spoke to me over the phone and said that one of their representatives would meet with me and asked me to look after the matter. The ex-LTTE political wing leader in Paris spoke to me and asked me who it was. It was Ilangovan. He said that KP or Kumaran Padmanathan would meet me. He said that there are about 150,000 people in Mullawaikal. He said that their lives would be destroyed. He said that they were willing to save their lives. He asked if I could support them. I said that I was certainly prepared to speak on their behalf. KP spoke to me directly. He said that the LTTE members there, along with the 150,000 people, were willing to surrender with the mediation of the ICRC. He asked me to speak with the government about this. He told me that they believe it would be possible to speak with Basil Rajapaksa and asked me to speak with him. I spoke to Basil Rajapaksa.
So it was KP who asked you to speak to Basil.
Yes, it was KP who said all of that. We spoke about the matter of surrendering with white flags. He said they were not willing to do that. He said there are three important LTTE members, Nadesan, Susei and Yogi, and that one of them would come out with the mediation of the ICRC and Basil and talk about the surrender. I spoke to Basil Rajapaksa about this. He spoke to the Defence Secretary and said that they were unwilling about the ICRC mediation because there were several conditions. Therefore, he said that they are willing to consider their surrender via lawyers and religious leaders. It was decided that we would speak with the bishops about this. The names of Bishop of Mana, Rayapu Joseph, the Bishop in the East, King Swami Pulle, and Bishop of Jaffna, Thomas Soundaranayagam, were proposed. Basil Rajapaksa, two bishops, and I went to the one knee. Nadesan was the one who expressed willingness on the side of the LTTE to come out and speak with us. At about 11 o'clock, an announcement was made on state channels. It was said that all civilians in Mullawaikal had been brought out by the army. They said there were around 50,000 people. It was said the rest were all LTTE members. That was the news report. As soon as I heard the news, I realized that everyone left behind would be destroyed. Then I spoke to Sambandhan over the phone and explained this to him. Sambandhan asked me to immediately explain this to the US Ambassador Robert Blake, UK High Commissioner Peter Haig and India's Alok Prasad. It has been revealed through WikiLeaks as well that I communicated this to Robert Blake.
So Robert Blake was informed.
When this was brought to the National Security Council, no one spoke about this. These foreign representatives spoke to the government. They informed me that the government said that the only option was for them to surrender with white flags.